fourth lecture, mechanical working drawing, in which we are looking for development of surfaces. I found something good for you, in which all the unit is covered. You can see here in the first figure, in short. Okay, if h is height, d is diameter, then a cylinder get developed into the rectangle. Okay, then here is a prism. Okay, hexagonal or pentagonal prism is there, having s side. Then you can see also in this development here, it is 5 section or 5 rectangle part you can see over here. Now next one, or in first two lecture we have seen this 1 and 2. Okay, in third lecture we have covered this. Okay, let's see again that if L slant height, okay, that oblique height, or you can say slant height, you can see in the prism or this cone what is slant height. Okay, this one is slant height. If you develop this prism, you will get in this shape. Okay, where s, these sides are s, but in this cone, this is prism. No matter, this is also simple, this is also simple, this is also, this also. Now here you have to make some calculation for drawing this arc. Okay, for drawing this arc you must have to calculate the theta. Okay, you will have to find out this theta for drawing this angle. Okay, by this formula. Okay, that means first you have to consider this line or slant ideal, which you have to take parallel. From that you have to draw parallel line and measure theta angle, and up to that theta angle you have to extend that arc. But how to calculate theta, which is given over here? Theta is equals to r upon L into 360. Okay, now some more things are given. You can see over here, development of frustum of a square pyramid. Here is also shown development of frustum of cone. Okay, here how theta is calculated is also shown over there. You can see all these things. Okay, look at this. I think in last year, that is first year, you have drawn such figures, I think. Okay, what actually it was called, of solid surfaces, like some topic was there. Now as you can see here, section is taken along this sectional line. Okay, sectional plane is also called it is also called a sectional plane. Again, the next front view is also shown over here, and the surface is developed in this way. Okay, how to develop this surfaces, we have seen that. Now here next one is, you don't have to draw 3 views actually. If you draw it, it will be quite simple, but no need to draw 3 views. They have told you to draw 3 views, but it is not necessary. You just have to draw this side view and top view. In that also you have to draw that sectional view in this also. Okay, from that you have to take parallel line to this, then take measurement equal to theta, draw the arc and make the sector. You can divide it into 12 parts and so on. Okay, this procedure is there. We will see some problem from okay, so this much is given in that. I found this slide on the internet. I'm showing you. Okay, here you can see. Okay, where this development is come to use. Okay, you can see these surfaces. Okay, where you can use this development. There are so complicated shape. You have to make or cut, or you have to manufacture it from a plain sheet. The plain sheet you have to cut in such a way that after folding it will give you the desired shape. Okay, after folding it will get the desired shape. So this was the thing. Okay, let's come to some problem from our book. Okay, let's see one more problem of that pyramid we will take, and we will proceed further for uh, development of code. Okay, see here. Okay, I am reading the problem, so pay attention, because in this drawing this problem makes much matter. Okay, that's why you should keep it in mind properly, or you should read that properly, because depending on the problem you have to draw this side view and front view, because no figure is given, just few lines of problems are given, and according to that lines or problems you have to draw a complete figure. Okay, there will be nothing given to you. Okay, see here, a square beam pyramid, side of base 30 millimeter and axis length 40 millimeter. Okay, side of base is what, 30 millimeter, 30. Then length, its length is given 40 millimeter. Okay, this height we can say resting on its base. Okay, this is resting figure you are showing, looking, this is resting on horizontal plane. Okay, this is the horizontal plane on which this is resting, which side of a base equally inclined to vertical plane. Okay, now this thing you can look in the top view. You can see this, the sides are equally inclined with the vertical plane. Here is the vertical plane. Okay, that means it is actually folded and it comes down to this, and it is equally inclined. That means this equals to 45, this equals to 45, or same angle. It is inclined equally to the vertical plane. Okay, then next they say a circular hole of diameter 20 millimeter is drilled through the pyramid so that the axis of the hole is perpendicular to the vertical plane, parallel to HP, and intersecting the axis of pyramid at 12.5 millimeter above the base. You can see here, here is the axis of pyramid, to which, to the axis of pyramid, this center is intersecting, or the line of center is intersecting the pyramid at 12.5 millimeter from the base. Develop the remaining portion of the. So let's see how to develop this pyramid. Again, few things are common, like drawing this front view, then top view. See, you have to draw all these components very carefully. Okay, because depending on this side view and top view, all this development is depend. Therefore draw it carefully. Then according to problem, you have to draw a circle of 10 millimeter radius or 20 millimeter diameter at 12.5 millimeter from the base. So you have to take any point on the axis, which is 12.5 centimeter distance from the base, and draw a circle of given radius. Then next thing is what? Again, it is common. You just have to draw a parallel line to this line at a specific distance. Okay, it is not mentioned or no any clear thing is given for that. Here it may be anything 1 2 3 centimeter, but depending on your problem, or you have to manage your space, so depending on that, take the distance. Next, what will you do? Then you will take the distance 30 millimeter. Okay, you will take this 30 millimeter in compass and start from A drawing. What will you start drawing? You start drawing are from A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to again A. Up till now you get the all faces of that pyramid. Okay, since this face have four faces, this pyramid have four faces, so you have to draw four arcs. Then five faces, then you have to draw five arcs, and so on. Okay, let's see again one by one. Now, in case of this pyramid, always if there is circle or anything, don't just move your projection totally vertical. Okay, you will in cylinder it was true, but in this case it is not true. You have to take the projection up to only the base, and from then you have to connect it to the vertex. Okay, every projection is connected to vertex, not it is not taken vertical. This is important thing you must keep in mind. Now you have drawn this all four faces. Now what you have to do again, divide. You can, in this particular process, you can divide it equally or unequally, no matter. Okay, but just you have to keep in mind the projection. That means here projection A is going here and ending over here. Okay, now 1 and 8. Okay, 1 and 8 is just touching the circle. That means the line 1 and 8 will start the section of the circle. Here you can see, here is point 1, here is 4, which is another. Let's see, this is 1 and 8. Okay, this 1 and 8 point are the representing this tangent. Okay, in this case also point, which point? 4 and 5, I think. Okay, 4 and 5 point showing this another edge. Okay, here you can see, here is this is 8, this is 1, this is 4, and this one is 5. Okay, now again clear one more thing, that as you take this connection parallel, again you have to take this with the help of scale. Okay, with the help of scale, extend that all these projections. Okay, now to make things simple for you, do one thing. That means if you don't want to take too many projection, just divide this surface in equal part. You can see this much distance equal, this and this is equal, this and this is also equal. Therefore all the projection, okay, from all the projection from point 1 and 8, okay, 1 and 8 are going through 4 and 5. This is the advantage. That means you don't have to take different projection 4 5 to this, and again one for a 1 8 different projection. No. Okay, what you have to do, if you divide this equal part, this part is and LHS, if you divide both in equal part, okay, in that case necessary to take too many projection. Okay, here you can see 1 and 8. Okay, this is 1 and 8 passing from here, and is 4 and 5 passing here. If you take this projection, you can see the 1 and 8, 1 8 and 4 5 are the projection which are, keep in mind this thing, which are on the same projection line. Okay, this this much stuff you can see. Next one, depending on the complexity of figure, you have to take projections. Okay, if figure is much more complicated, then you might have to, or figure sorry that curves are quite complicated, then in that case you have to take quite many projection. But in case of uh, simple figure, okay, in that case you can manage it with a very small projection. Here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 projection are enough. Okay, but in that circle you will need to take so many projection. Okay, now here you can see projection from B and D point. Okay, this is the B and D point. That means here is also line. Okay, this is OB line, this is OD line. Therefore you have to draw these both point and OB and OD line. Okay, here you can see this is OB line on which center of circle is lying, and this is OD line on which center of the circle is lying. Therefore I will say, if you practice very well, you will not feel any difficulty. Okay, okay, prism we have in. Now let's see this cones. Okay, now here height of cone is given, which is 60. It is given actually, height of cone is given, radius is also given 50 millimeter. Now we had seen that formula, what theta is equals to r upon l into 360. That means to calculate this much angle. Okay, there was a question in previous, how to draw the expansion of that pyramid. If you take the distance, or after drawing that parallel line, you just need to have the distance of that edge. Okay, then here you were just go on drawing that arc equal to the number of faces. But now in this case thing is quite different. Okay, you have to draw parallel line. First thing is clear. Okay, you have this base of or parallel line. Firstly, nothing, you will have to do nothing, just this O1 line you have to draw. Okay, after that you have to calculate the theta angle, which can be calculated by the formula r into l, sorry, r upon l into 360 degree. In this case L is the slant height and you have given vertical height. So what you have to do, you first have to calculate the slant height by Pythagoras rule. Okay, this means this is 25 and this is total 60 millimeter. So after that, is this 60 or 80? 60. Okay, so keeping in root square of 60 plus 25 square and taking its square root, you will get the slant height of that cylinder. Okay, let it be wait a second. Theta is equals to r upon l into 360, where r is radius of that base circle, l is slant height, and 360 theta is the angle. Okay, which angle you are calculating actually? This. Okay, you might have drawn, or you can draw this, okay. Then by taking parallel projection you can come up to this very easily. From that you have to calculate theta, which is equals to r upon l into 360 in this way. Okay, after getting theta you will have to draw an angle up to here and then just draw an arc with us. Okay, in this way you will complete your sector. Now let's see how to get the development after piercing any hole in this cone like shown in figure, okay, as shown in figure you can see here the hole of square cross section is pierced from this cone, and we have to develop this surface. Okay, after this piercing this hole, you have to develop this uh, you have to develop the surface. Okay, let's start with this. In this figure they have shown something different, but don't go on that. I will tell you how to draw. Divide this circle in 12 parts, which we have seen in previous lectures. Okay, now again by same procedure you also have to divide this theta into 12 parts. Okay, you have to divide this theta in 12 parts. You just have to divide it. Okay, then uh, next thing to do, take the divided projection from this. You have to take all this projection vertically to the base, only up to the base. I am not taking to the or totally vertically as per we have done in cylinder. Okay, in this case we don't have to do like that. Now here, after getting the projection all over here, you have to join with the apex of this cone in this way. Okay, then you also have divided 1 2 3 4 and up to 12 part this sector. Okay, sector is also been divided in 12 parts. Now just take the projection 1 1 to the 1 1 line. Now the projection 2 to the second line, 3 to the third line, 4 to the fourth line, 6 projection to the sixth line. In this way you have to go 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4 and so on. You just have to go on marking the point each and every. Okay, just what you have to do, not all the time you have to do this. Just take the projection first. Okay, take first projection from 1 and join it to the 1. Okay, here you got the point 1. Okay, now here is second projection is coming. Here second projection is coming and it is going likewise to the do this. Okay, so apex, there is no problem apex. Okay, you will have the clean 2 line. Okay, now but if you got the 3 line on this edge, okay, on this edge you will get, after joining this you have to take this parallel, then with the help of arc you will get the point on this second line. Okay, second projection is going from here, you have to take the second projection from here. Okay, in this way you have to complete whole figure you have to complete. Okay, now further in the same way you have to do all this thing. Here you can see different cones are given with different diameter and heights, keeping in mind that formula for what for calculating theta. Okay, for calculating theta, which is what, theta is equals to r upon l into 360, where l is slant height, r is radius. By using this formula you just have to uh, find out that angle theta and draw that at the respective position to get the sector. Divide that sector into 12 part, divide that circle into 12 part, take position of 1 to the 1 line as per I told you. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you.